we're gonna turn around. Oh, I killed it!
It was at this moment that he knew. He f***ed up.
What is up, T.O.Gs? As you can see, we're out on a lovely late spring day. It's in the mid-80s here in Northern California. Headed out to the hills to ride near Lake Berryessa. What more could you ask for? Out here on the Ducati Multistrada 1200S. It's a new bike to me. And I got a whole bunch of new gear. Other than my helmet, which isn't due for a refresh for a little while now. Might see a new helmet not too distant future, but for now, we've just refreshed everything else while we're waiting. I do have a birthday coming up, so kind of rationalized or justified buying a whole bunch of new gear. And really, also because we're approaching 10,000 subscribers, I want to get new content out. And being so busy, I felt like I don't want to just push out like kind of random motovlogging videos. So things that I feel like might be useful to viewers that are just stopping through. So if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. I push out new content. It makes it sound like a drug dealer. I provide. Yeah, because it's a service. I put out new content on a regular basis. I try to put it out once a week, but mostly my main goal is to get a new video out every month, because life is super busy. I don't want to bore you with all the details that you guys don't care about. I did get cast in a really big role. I'll be playing Quasimodo in The Hunchback of Notre Dame here coming up in a few weeks. Super excited about that. So really busy. I'm getting ready to direct a show. It's Beetlejuice the musical. It's a junior show, so also getting ready to maybe audition for another role in between. So yeah, it's a busy time, which is why the only reason why I say so is because if you're looking forward to some new content and you're not seeing stuff, it's because, yeah, life is crazy. So anyway, talked about it. Let's just quickly go over my new gear. This is not a review video. We're going out for the bike's first big ride, because I've had the bike now for a few months, but was waiting on the plate. And then when I got the plate, it just, all the timing wise, made it so that I couldn't get out on a nice ride. But here we are. We finally have the time. We got new gear, so we're going to be testing that out and kind of getting a feel for it. So getting ready to make a review video. So if there's any of these items interest you and you have questions, make sure you leave those questions in the comments so that I can address them during the review video. So from top to bottom, we'll just start with the jacket. This is not necessarily a jacket. It's called a riding shirt. It's by React. It's called the Fairmount. Really comfortable, pretty nicely ventilated because of the materials. This doesn't have any like direct ventilation, but because of what it's made out of, I do feel a good amount of wind coming through, so that's really nice. I feel like if you could add some layers when it gets colder, that this could be a definitely 3, maybe a 4 season jacket. So really stoked about this. I love the style of it. It's definitely more casual, so if I'm riding my bike to work or something, or to a rehearsal, it doesn't look like I'm wearing a bunch of motorcycle gear. It's just not that big of a deal. I ride a motorcycle, so it's cool. Shouldn't be any reason to not be okay with that. Anyway, so right on down, before we get down to my pants, we got the Cayenne 2 Revit riding gloves. These I really like for a few reasons. The first one is that they fit me well. I have trouble finding gloves that fit me just right. Tried these on in the store, and I know because a lot of gloves are handmade, even in the same size and the same brand, you might get a different fit. So I always urge people looking for gloves to go into the store and try them on. But they fit me really well. They're comfortable. Lots of protection here in the knuckle and in the palm. Some extra padding. Also, it's not a gauntlet glove, but it does go over my watch. And so one of the things that I had with gloves previously is that my glove would bump right up against my Apple Watch, and one time it bumped up so many times that it triggered an emergency call. So I was on a test ride one day, and I was getting calls from 911 asking if I need assistance. So yeah, great find on this one. It's not going to interfere. It's not going to make emergency calls on accident. So the Cayenne 2 Revit gloves, also nice looking, comes in a bunch of different colors, all that stuff. Right on down to the pants. I have never had a pair of riding pants because I always wore like the compression under base layer of pant style. The one that I had was the Icon, and I usually have a link in the description to my gear. So these pants though are called, I believe they're called the Mission Cargo Pant by Street and Steel. Here's the way I came upon it actually was that somebody was trying them on in the store. He was a shorter guy, kind of a similar build to me, and I thought they looked good on him. So I'm like, hey, these might actually fit me. And my concern is that I'm not that tall of a guy. I'm 5'6" with a 30-inch inseam, and finding good riding pants where the pad isn't hitting me in the shin is a problem. And this pad hit me just right. Also has like this kind of elasticy material near the knee to make so that the pad hugs my leg around my knee. And it's not like I'm that muscular of a guy, but I do have like muscular legs. I'm Japanese and Filipino. It's kind of a typical thing is to have kind of chunky legs. So yeah, I've got the elastic here in the knee that's keeping the pads in place. And so not only do they look good, I think, they also feel good, they're comfortable, and they're going to keep me safe. So lots of pluses on that. And then finally, the last thing that I bought, and let's see if we can turn the camera on down low, is the Alpine Stars. It's the SPX BOA. It's got the BOA turning knob system for lacing the shoes. They're the Dry Star version. So they're going to be waterproof in the winter, but ventilated enough in the summer. And today's 85. It's a clear day. You can see it's a clear day, and so it's a good way to find out whether or not my feet are just going to roast here. Because I also ride a Ducati, so it is hot down there, and I feel like I'm doing pretty good. I feel like they're comfortable. The big thing for me is getting used to a riding boot, because I've never actually had like riding boots. I've always had like kind of casual riding shoes, and these are the first that I've had that offer a lot more protection in the ankle and like the sliders on the side. I don't ever lead my bike over that far, so I don't ever envision having to replace those, which I guess in some riding boots you can replace the sliders here on the toe. I won't ever have to do that because I just don't, it's not the kind of riding that I do. But it is nice that there's that extra protection. And so yeah, all this new gear, so look for reviews in the not too distant future, because that's something I do on my channel. And again, if you have questions, if you're like, hey, I kind of like that, what about this about them? I'll try and answer those for you in my review videos, so make sure you leave those in the comments. But for now, we're out here in some twisty turns. It's such a nice day. There's a ton of riders out, and we're just going to enjoy riding here in the Berryessa area. The Lake Berryessa area, right past Winters, California. I will leave kind of my route today in the comments. No, I'll leave it in the description. And if you want to take this ride, if you live in the area, this is like the most accessible, like the fastest way to get to a ride like this in my area. It takes about 15-20 minutes to get here, and it's just great. This is one of my favorite rides to do because I can get to it quickly, and then I can get out here on some twisty turns. But again, first big ride out on the Multistrada, so I'm super stoked. Hey, there's a deer up there. I don't know if you can see that, but that was pretty cool. So this is gonna be a fun ride. I'm super excited, so I'm glad you guys could come along with me. If at any time you find yourself enjoying yourself, make sure you hit that thumbs up down there, which is the like button. And again, if you're new here, this is your first time on visiting my channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Let's get into this, you guys. We'll probably try and pass this guy pretty quickly. I need to turn around because I'm not going to actually be able to ride like I want to. So we're going to turn around. Oh, I killed it! Oh. Ugh. That is exactly why. Ugh. I'm actually glad that I got that on. I'll take. Oh. It's the rocks, it's just sliding.
That's a small bike. You mind giving us a hand?
Ready?
Yeah.
Awesome.
You got it?
That's it, yeah.
Glad you're okay, man.
Yeah. Thanks.
Is everything good? Your shoulder?
Oh yeah.
Everything?
Oh yeah. This is dirt. It just slid out. Whew. That's why I don't like gravel. All right, here we go. See, oh my gosh. Yeah. Okay. Everything's fine. Ride for a bit to make sure everything actually is fine. Whew. That was dumb. Although, I will say, like, all the way around, whew, that could have been much, I mean, it couldn't have been much worse. The bike fell over. We got engine guards. I didn't really see any scratches on the paint. But this is why I bought this bike, essentially. The great thing about riding in this area is there's lots of people and lots of people who ride, so they definitely know, like, right, they see somebody down, they stop to help. That's all I needed. I just needed somebody to, oh, got a little warning light. What's that say? Lock? Well, we'll look that up. What does that say? I'm assuming that red light has to do with dropping the bike. There's got to be something on the bike that says, "Hey, you fell over." You fell over. See if I stop breathing hard. I'm so I'm in the worst shape right now. Part of it was intentional. So before, this is a backstory that you guys don't need, but when I auditioned for the Hunchback of Notre Dame for the role of Quasimodo before, I actually lost weight purposefully. I tried to get thinned down because having like the hunchback like costume piece when I'm bigger, I just thought would look weird. So I actually lost probably like 15-20 pounds to do it the first time. Didn't get the role, and so there was a part of me that was like, well, didn't get the role last time, thought I did really well, so what we tried the next time was putting on a little weight, And lo and behold, it won. But well, it won. Lo and behold, I got the roll. Unfortunately, I'm heavier and out of shape, so it's a give and take, right? I wanted it to be a certain way, and or I had a certain idea of where I should be physically and everything, and then yeah. So while we're riding, I'm still kind of shaky because of adrenaline, but now that we're riding again, I will say that having these boots, I am about 85% sure saved like maybe not a serious leg injury, but at least a pretty good ankle turn, because I could feel the bike in the rocks, or sorry, my bike under my I could feel my leg under the bike, and like the torque of moving forward with the bike, wanting to twist my ankle around. Definitely if I had just been wearing sneakers, which I don't do too often actually I don't ever do when I'm taking a long ride like this. I don't wear sneakers, but my typical riding shoes, they don't offer a whole lot. I mean, they're high top riding sneakers, but other than that, they don't provide a whole lot of torsional, a lot of twisting support for the ankle to not turn. It looks a lot worse because I'm all dusty because I'm wearing all black, but like I didn't really scrape my clothes on the ground. It's more of like the most scraping that happened was on my foot and my leg, and I did scrape my foot on the ground, and that's, again, like I said, where I feel like the ankle protection really kind of saved my leg, at least saved my ankle. Woo! Okay, it's the adrenaline's wearing off now, and I'm kind of like, my leg does feel a little sore, and like now I'm feeling shaky, like I need to eat something. Like low blood sugar. So I've had my YouTube channel since 2017, so 8 years I've had this channel. Should have pulled over there to take a look at why this light's going off. I've had this channel for 8 years, and I see people's channels where they have recordings of their wrecks, or when they drop their bike or whatever. I was like, man, I don't have any of that. None of me was ever jealous, because I've always had bikes where I'm like, oh, if I drop it, it's gonna really tick me off. But there's not even a part of me that thinks like, oh shoot, I scratched the paint on this bike. I plan on having this bike for a while, and ooh, fishing. Ooh, that's a good spot, I bet, down there. Ooh, that's a really good spot. All right, squirrel. But yeah, so there's a part of me that was not jealous, but like, oh man, how come I've never caught something like that? But anyway, I have this bike now. I'm gonna have it for a long time. If there's scratches on the paint, you know, it's almost like, right, it gives you some character. It's not in this way, because mine was just a bonehead error, but like the street cred of like, oh yeah, I was out on a trail, and and I dumped the bike. Not at all what happened in my case, but for me, this is kind of one of those stories where I definitely need to research. I think if I dropped this bike like in my driveway, that I'd be able to pick it up, because I think the bike's tires would grip the street or the asphalt or the concrete, whatever it's on, well enough for me to lift the bike, because I feel like I am pretty strong. But there wasn't a condition just then where I would have been able to pull this bike up. It wasn't, but basically all I was doing was push. As I was trying to pick it up, I was pushing it on the gravel, and yeah, that was never gonna, I was never gonna be able to pull the bike up, because it would just get pushing in the rocks. I tried to move some of the rocks, as you probably saw, didn't work. See, like even this gravel right there, what it was about those rocks is it was like all rocks. It was like a thick layer of rocks. So the bike's tires just spun out and lost traction. And then when as I was trying to still make a turn, I should have just straightened out, is what the problem was. I continued to try to turn, and the bike's tires just spun out and spun the rear end around. All these things you think of forethought. The batteries are probably almost dead. So this is where I'm going to end the video. We're in a good spot anyway, near the dam. Some pretty dang good vistas. We'll see what kind of video this was, if this was part of my first ride on the Multistrada out in an area like this. What a way to get a first ride on your bike, to just dump it, right? I think that's a good omen. Leave it in the comments. Is that a good omen or a bad omen? I think it's a good one, because we get it out of the way. We get to know our bike a little better. We get to know what to do in a scenario like that. There's my friends who helped out. But yeah, I think I'm gonna chalk this one up to a good experience, and call it a day. So guys, thanks for joining me on this ride. This was an adventure in so many different ways. And also, like, it's being an adventure, also just feeling like now, like, I know my bike that much better. But guys, if you like this video, you found it fun, if you're laughing at me because I dumped my bike, that's great. I hope I can put a smile on your face. Make sure you hit that thumbs up down there, which is the like button. If you haven't already, smash that subscribe button. Everybody, if you're out there riding, please be safe, be kind to one another. My name is Eric, I'm that one guy, and I am out.